Hello everyone, it's me. I said I was gonna start as I remember stuff because I'm not one to keep track of stuff. I've never been like, I'm terrible for birthdays. I don't do holidays really. I just flow day by day. And I have to remember birthdays because I love my family, so I write it and I put it in calendars and stuff like that. I've always been like what they call now live the moment kind of person. It doesn't mean I'm crazy and I do crazy stuff and smoke pot or throw myself off a cliff or stuff like that. No, I do what every human's supposed to do. You just live the moment. Every day you get up, you do something, and that's it. You do what you have to do, and that's the moment. That's the purpose of life. Survival. That's it. You survive. Okay? Some of us survive by needing more stuff, and some of us don't need that much stuff because the truth of it is we were not meant to be working. I hate work. Okay, so when I was a little girl, this is my twin flame thing. When I was a little girl, I had the message, as I told you in the other video, that I was sitting in front of my grandma's house and all of a sudden I looked up and I said, oh, I have to look for my partner. It's like a message that someone told me and without a voice or without nothing, it just clicked and I said, okay, I have to look for my partner. Okay, that was the end of that. I was a very innocent girl. I didn't know anything at all, believe me. I was 30 when I found out people lied, and I cried for like a month because I couldn't believe someone would lie to me. That included my ex-husband, the father of my children. His purpose was only to impregnate me, I think, because other than that, there was nothing. So anyway, I always had boys after me and men after me, and I would just look at them and I'm like, yo, I would just, you know, I was going through like a search without knowing it was a search. And so, like I said, when I was 14, I started drawing my wedding gown, and any little thing like in the cartoon movies, they start gathering, the little mice gather stuff and bring it to their little hole. Well, I used to have it in my room, a napkin from a party, or matches from my friend's party, you know, stuff like that, okay? I didn't have much. We were very poor when I was little, and I didn't feel poor at all because in my country, nobody is always mentioning stuff like that to kids. We are playing outside all the time, so we don't know we're poor. We don't need toys. We play with the leaves and the rocks. So it was a simple life. Okay, moving forward, I've had a lot of epiphanies throughout my life. They started connecting, I think, in my 40s. Little by little, I would have like an epiphany, and then another in my 50s, and now in my 60s. I know what a twin flame is and how it feels because of what I remember how my personality was. Like, I would give benefit of doubt to any person I was in a relationship with, and I would help them. I didn't mind helping them even when I knew they were messing around behind my back or cheating me out of something. I would speak up and say, look, I'm not happy because of this and this, and I'm looking for this and this. I want loyalty. That's the most important thing. And intimacy. There has to be a tremendous connection for me to let go. Like, I can let go, but now it's quality let go. It's not just, I can do it with anybody. I've been told I'm great at sex, but it's not the sex. It's the connection of the person and me. It's the biggest gift someone can give to someone is themselves. The intimacy, you're exchanging body fluids, you're exchanging taste, smell, everything, the most intimate things. And it's beautiful when you're with the right person. So at first, like with society coaching you, you tend to either get in a relationship that you say, okay, he might be the one. Maybe he's the one because he did this or he came at this time, and then you realize he's not the one, because he's not out of your head, and you don't know what's in your head. In your head, it should not be like, I want him to be tall and dark and handsome and have a Mercedes. No, that's never what I thought. The only thing I used to think is, I have to meet my partner. I didn't know what he was going to look like or what he was going to have or anything like that. I never thought of the house. I never thought of the car. Never. Just, I knew I had to meet my partner. That was it. That was the only important. And it wasn't like, oh, I have to go out there. No. I went through life, through all the sacrifices, the disappointments. Because I can't say I'm hurt because of love. I'm not hurt because, oh, I can't live without that person. No, what hurts me is disappointment. The disappointment, and it finally hit me now at 63 the other day, the disappointment that God must be feeling, our creator, whoever it is, whatever created this humanity, must be so disappointed, because that's what hurts. The disappointment that people lie, that people just want sex just for sex, just to have an orgasm, when you can have beautiful orgasm with the person that you really care for. Because that's why women lie and fake orgasm. They're not really in love, or it's not their person. Okay? A man can come because and a lot of times they don't come. They don't have orgasm. If it's not the right woman, they will not have orgasms either. They'll cheat, because men are different. The woman will keep trying, because we're women. We nurture. We're made to take care of the family, take care of the people around us. We're the cook, we're the doctor, we're the nurse, we're the wife, we're the lover, we're everything. The sister, the mother, the grandmother, we're everything. So we're programmed different than men. And everybody has to understand that, so that we could all be happy. And men, they know it's not the one, because they'll be just for the sex. They'll come and they'll have their orgasm, they'll go, or they'll say, sorry, I can't, I don't know what's wrong with me. And the fact is that they feel their intuition just like women do, and that's how they know you're not the one. Okay? Now, being the one doesn't mean you're twins like they think. Oh, he likes the same things like me, and he likes to go shopping with me. That's bull crap. Okay? I doubt that most men would like to go shopping. I certainly don't, and I'm a woman. And I see those husbands standing in the stores like, I feel so sorry for them. That's like torture. No wonder men cheat sometimes, because the women put them through shit. Like shopping and going to places they don't want to go. I don't like the opera, thank God, because I don't like the opera. I don't like uppity people. I don't like pretentious people. And that's how I know I met my one. Because we have a lot of things that are the same without being the same. Like I said, I like bowling. And he goes, oh, I like bowling too. And all of a sudden, and I was about to tell him what I always say after that. And he beat me. He said, but I play just for fun because I'm terrible at it. And I'm like, oh my God. And he would say stuff like that, that we wake up. It's like being asleep and you're like, oh, what was that? That's how you start to know it's your twin, because you have like the same kind of preferences, and making love is so beautiful. It's not just sex, pumping. It's, you start to get it, like the woman takes over in that part. That's the woman's job. I think that's what I think, because we're more nurturing. So the woman, most women don't have orgasms, and they need lubricants when they're not ready yet, because it wasn't the right person. When you need a lot of lubricants, and believe me, I did. First of all, because of my age, I was low on estrogen, and my doctor told me that, so I started drinking fennel tea, and it helped. It lubricates the walls. Yeah. So anyway, so when it's the right one, you start to loosen up and feel relaxed and give in. It's not just sex. You start to feel you can tell that person anything that you haven't told anyone else. And they are the center of you. And they will never stop. Because with each failed relationship, all I have to say this now to end this video is the search is over. And you don't know until it happens. Because believe me, I used to say I was the kind of woman to dust my knees and get up from the fall and start all over again without really much complaining. I complain just when I'm around people that complain, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I complaining? I'm so grateful to God for taking away the stuff that's not for me and giving me the stuff that is for me, like my children and my grandchildren. They're my blessing, my treasures. That's what I call them. My big treasures and my little treasures. So anyway, I do like bling and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I did that. I want to do another one. That was just a trial. That's how I know I met my twin. Because although I have other men that are interested in me, as always, I don't have a problem with that. I think it's because I walk with my head up, and no matter what, I am walking with a strong walk, not a, oh, I'm so sad, even though I'm dying inside sometimes. So anyway, so I met someone before him a year before, and it's incredible how much they look alike. And that man came back and said, oh my God, I'm trying not to think about you, because I told him to leave. Once he told me he's married, I said, no, I'm sorry, we cannot even try to be a couple, nothing. You said hello to me, you were interested in me, you wanted to talk to me, but as soon as he told me he was separated, then he said, no, not yet. I said, all right, goodbye. It was nice knowing you. When you're free, let me know and come back, okay? Don't want to do that. So I let him go a year ago, and he comes back, and he's like, I can't stop thinking of you. You're like so special to me. I feel so comfortable with you. And here's this man that I really felt good with talking to. We met at Publix. We both went in at the same time, and by accident, we both came out at the same time. And he says he recognizes me from somewhere. I'm like, no, I don't know you. But we decided to keep in touch, but I don't keep in touch with people. Even though I say I will, I don't. If I see you, I'm like your friend forever, but I'm not that phone person, gossiping with friends and stuff. That's one thing that people do wrong nowadays, is gossip everything to their best friends and friends. That should be between you and your man. Anyway, so this is how I know I met my twin flame, because even though this man was almost identical to the twin, and he has a lot of money, and he drives beautiful, expensive cars, I'm not interested. Because in the past I would have said, well, maybe he's the one. Finally someone that could help me out and take care of me. But have another gentleman, he's Virginia, he wants to get to know me. I said, look, I'm not good at distance stuff, because I like contact with my person. And if you're ever down here, fine, we'll try. But just to know I have to try, I know he's nothing to me. And I wake up and I go to sleep thinking of my twin without wanting to. Like, I'm trying to shake him off my head. Like, what the hell am I feeling? I don't feel sad, except for when I think about, like, what a beautiful relationship we had, and how my family actually liked him. My daughter loved him. I mean, in a sense, because she's never liked anyone I've dated before, and I actually never took anyone to the house, to a party, family party and stuff, because I was never sure of that person. So I was so sure of him, but he had a great lesson to learn. He's very insecure, and he doesn't know it. He thinks he's a macho man, and he's not. Just like all the men, they're not. They're macho men to go hunting, gathering, whatever, but they're not. That doesn't mean you have to go around proving it every 5 minutes. So we broke up without breaking up. None of us said anything. I just got upset at him, and I said things, and we both hung up, and that was it. He did come back. I don't know if he came back to get his things, but I went to his mother's house where he lives. He lives with his parents. And he's too kind to everyone. Everybody manipulates him and for money. And he's getting old just like me. He's 6 years younger. And he's getting old and tired and has arthritis and all things like me. Although he's very active, just like me. I'm active, but I'm in pain because I've had a lot of accidents. He's a truck driver, and I used to be a truck driver. And it's funny because I went on the site and I never put my picture of me in a truck, and I did. And that's what attracted him. And then we spoke, and we never stopped talking after we got together, and we were like, the body language in him, when I look at the pictures now, I was like, oh man, I was so stupid to fight with him and confront him about this other woman that texted him, actually two. And it's bad habits that are taught in society that men think they have to prove they're men. And I had an epiphany that said, holy cow, you know how we both have to learn lessons? And I thought I had learned all the lessons. But my biggest lesson is I have to learn to trust, because I've been cheated on all my life. I mean, I'm 63 and I don't look so bad for 63, and I'm active. I work every day, long hours, 9, almost 10 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week sometimes, since I'm not with anyone. So both our lessons, by coincidence, it hit me the other day, are the same lesson, except from the other side. Like, he has to learn. He says, I'm insecure. I said, no, babe, I'm not insecure. I just know what I want, and I want respect, and I want loyalty, and I told you that from the first day, okay? I mean, nobody's blind. I could say, oh, what a beautiful girl. But you don't go like, oh, and you stare, and you don't, you make it obvious you want to get to know that person in front of your person. So his thing is, he thinks he's slick, because all the women he's had all his life would stay with him for years knowing how he was, and only put up because they needed something. They didn't love him, really. One needed money for her drug-addicted kid. The other one stayed together because they were high school sweetheart and they had a kid. Even though he cheated on her and had another kid with someone else, she stayed with him for 9 years. That's codependency, okay? She still, his mother still says, oh, she's so nice. I want him to help her. He's working, so he should send her money because she's sick. Hello? Your exes are exes for a reason. They don't belong in your present and your future. Yes, you gave birth to the child, but that's it. It's done. She's had other men. He's had other women. That's the past. That's one lesson he has to learn, is to let go all this baggage of all these exes. They don't realize that all those exes at one time will send bad energy to you, because they do get jealous. They'll say, oh, he's doing that with her and he didn't do it with me, and I'm the mother of his son, and I'm the mother of his daughter, and blah, 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 blah. They send you bad energy. They send you bad prayers, bad everything, and things in life get shitty. And that's why he's already almost 60, but he's still working like if he's starting from scratch. And his parents included are taking advantage of him, okay? Because they think he's made out of gold, because he's a truck driver, he makes good money. So that's his lesson. He has to learn to realize he should be happy with one person that appreciates him. And Billy, he told me that. He said he's never, ever been treated good like if he's my king before. That he's always the serviceable one. Of course he's the serviceable one, because those women don't really love him. They just want him for the money, for what he can fix. He said it himself. I was always the fixer, the giver. I never received anything. And I say, well, this is his lesson. And my lesson is, when he comes back, he has to show me that he's loyal, so I can trust again. I've always forgiven people, men, if they cheat or whatever. I really didn't care. I think it's because I didn't care. I don't hold grudges. I just don't like to be thought of as an idiot, that you're getting over me. That's what hurts when you insult my intelligence. I don't like that. Think I'm stupid, think I'm blind, can't hear, can't put two and two together, body language and stuff. God gave me that gift. I swear, I've told men exactly what they were, who they're married to, who's their girlfriend, nationalities and everything just pops into my head, and I put the whole picture, and it's amazing because I didn't even know the person. So now I'm waiting for him to have his lesson. And if that other guy came back after almost a year, I would say about 8 months, he can come back if he's my real twin. And I think he is, because of the way I am, the way I've changed, and finally everything is making sense. Well, thank you guys. 20 minutes. Woo! Every time I remember an epiphany, I'm going to tell you about it so you can know what a real twin is. And don't let them tell you that, oh, you can live without your twin and have another relationship and marry someone else. Believe me, if you meet your real twin, you're not going to want any of that. You're going to be happy with yourself. You're going to dedicate yourself to fixing your house or anything else. Like, I want to start a nonprofit for the homeless and for the young men and women who are in foster care that end up homeless because they're thrown out into the world with nothing, no savings, no nothing, just a garbage bag. And I want to stop that. I want to help stop that. So I'm learning how to do a GoFund so that I can start that, guys. So if anybody knows anything, please let me know. Thanks, guys. I love you all. Have a good life.